Welcome to the Global News Update. This special news alert. Israel has launched a preemptive strike against Iran's nuclear facilities. Stick around, we're going to get into it. Fearing that the Iranian regime were only days away from having full nuclear capabilities, and considering that Iran has continually made threats of annihilation against Israel, and also with the breakdown of the US-led diplomatic avenue being closed, Israel decided to attack. Hundreds of fighter jets flew into Iran, dropped their payloads on key nuclear targets. Top Iranian Revolutionary Guard commanders were targeted in these precision strikes. We know that the commander of the Revolutionary Guard, Hossein Salami, has also been eliminated. This was a coordinated attack with Mossad, military intelligence, operations on the ground using drones, explosives. High-level intelligence was needed for these strikes. The Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, addressed the nation at 4 a.m. this morning.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
He's told them to prepare for retaliatory strikes. He also said that Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. And tonight, Israel backs those words with action. That's the Prime Minister there. Iran has already retaliated, sending hundreds of drones across to Israel, but most recent news is that these have all been intercepted by Israel and other nations as they entered and crossed their airspace. These drones all shot down outside of Israeli territory without even triggering alarm sirens in Israel, but the nation still remains on high alert. This may very well just be the first round of attacks, as there are still more nuclear facilities that are hidden much deeper in the ground. The Saudis, Turkey and Egypt have all issued condemnations of the attack, as was expected. Other nations have just reiterated Israel's right to act in their best interest in self-defense. Now, as believers, let's think biblically about this. We need to be watching very carefully what is happening in the epicenter in the Middle East. We do know that there are prophecies in the Bible, the book of Ezekiel chapter 38, that speak of a future Persian-led coalition of nations that are attacking Israel. This is commonly known as the God and Magog prophecy. And when you read this prophecy, you see the Lord directly intervenes, stopping this attack against Israel. And it is one of the signals that the eschaton, the eschatological age, the end times has begun. Now, we must be very cautious, having said that, by saying that this is that. That's not what we're saying here. But I want to just remind us, at the very least, this does show us that all the pieces could be in place and these things can happen very quickly. Yet in the meantime, as believers, we must still pray for all involved. We want to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, pray for all the innocent people on both sides. We want to pray that the threat would be removed from Israel with minimal loss of life. We want to pray for wisdom for the national leaders who are involved, both for Israel, for Iran, also for the nations, the allies across the world. We also want to pray for Israelis, that their eyes would be open to see the Messiah, to see the God of Israel who watches over them, that they would see Yeshua. Pray for the people of Iran, that they too would come to know Jesus. Pray that the anti-Semitic Islamic regime that currently rules over them would be removed and they would be free to hear the gospel and to worship Jesus. Let me end with the words of Jesus from the Gospel of Luke. He says, "But when these things begin to take place, straighten up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." Maranatha. God bless you. This is a Global News Update. Please remember to subscribe and follow the channel for more updates and to keep abreast of what is going on in the world. This is cultural commentary from a biblical perspective.